What if I told you that some of the deepest wounds can't be seen on any scan, and no pill will ever fix them? Fear that lingers, pain that hides. When medicine reaches its limit, what's left? What's left is what's always been there, waiting quietly, inner peace. I'm not talking about a distant goal, but a refuge built brick by brick, even when the world seems to crumble before your eyes. Imagine a garden in the middle of a gray city. Amid cracked asphalt, tiny flowers bloom. No one planted them, no one waters them, and yet they're there. That's what inner peace is like. It doesn't need perfect conditions to exist. It blooms even when the ground beneath your feet feels barren. The first step is simple, though not easy. Allow yourself to feel what you feel. Often, when pain, physical or emotional, visits, we do everything to deny it, distract ourselves, or run away. But suffering is like a child crying in the dark. If you don't listen, it screams louder. What happens if, instead of looking away, you pause and say, "I see you. You're not alone"? It's not about giving in to pain, but about stopping the fight against it. When we stop resisting, something in us softens. Tension turns into space. And in that space, though the pain may linger, something else emerges. A deep calm that holds it without drowning in it. Remember this: impermanence is the secret law of life. Nothing lasts forever, not even the most intense suffering. Ocean waves rise and fall, clouds dissolve, seasons change. Your pain is like that too. It's not static, even if it feels immense now. Allowing yourself to flow with it, instead of freezing against it, is the start of liberation. Try this. Find a moment of silence. It could be while sipping tea, taking 3 deep breaths, or watching light filter through a window. In that moment, there's no past or future, just this moment as it is. And in it, there's always a breath. Always. Peace isn't the absence of a storm, but the certainty that within you, there's an untouched place the wind can't reach. There's a subtle but profound difference between holding pain and being swept away by it. Imagine holding a handful of salt. If you grip it tightly, it burns your skin. If you let it fall, it scatters in the wind. But if you hold it gently, open, without resistance, the salt stays there without hurting you. That's how we can relate to suffering. Neither rejecting it nor clinging to it, just letting it be. We often think the only way to find peace is to eliminate what hurts. But true peace comes when we learn to be present amid what is, without demanding it disappear. It's like learning to float in the sea. If you thrash, the water will swallow you. If you relax, it will hold you up. Compassion for ourselves and others is the bridge between pain and serenity. It's not a vague feeling, but a concrete attitude. This is hard, but I'll move through it with kindness. When fear or sadness knock, can you offer them space, like you would a weary friend? Not to stay trapped in their company, but to hear what they need to say before they move on. A simple way to practice this is through breathing. When something hurts, a physical pang, a memory, uncertainty, focus on the air moving in and out of your lungs. Don't change anything, just observe. Breathing is a constant reminder that, though much is beyond your control, life keeps holding you, moment by moment. Then there's the art of detachment, which isn't indifference but freedom. Picture a river. If you dive in, you'll cling to rocks to avoid being swept away. But if you float, The same river that seems threatening carries you gently. Pain is like that. When we stop identifying with it, I am my illness, I am my sadness, we discover we're something bigger. Suffering may be a wave, but you are the ocean. Sure, the weight feels like too much, but try this. Instead of asking, when will this go away? Ask, how can I care for myself now? A warm tea, a soft blanket, a comforting song. Peace is built with small gestures done with full attention. It's that simple. Because even in the darkest night, there's a light that doesn't come from outside, but from how you choose to inhabit your own heart. When pain persists or fear feels endless, we're like a tree battered by the wind. Branches shake, leaves fall, and everything in us screams, I can't take it anymore. But there's something we don't see. Beneath the earth, hidden from view, are the roots. Deep, silent, unshakable. Your inner strength is like that. Not always visible, but always there. Even when you feel like you're collapsing, a part of you remains whole like those roots. Peace isn't denying the storm, but remembering that, beyond broken branches, your essence stands firm. How do you connect with that unbreakable part? Through mindfulness, the simple act of returning again and again to the present moment. When physical pain is sharp, instead of getting lost in thoughts like, this will never end, or why is this happening to me? You can bring your attention to the pain itself with kind curiosity. What is this pain like? Is it sharp, dull, constant? Does it shift with my breath? Observing without judgment doesn't amplify it. It strips away its power to dominate your mind. The same goes for emotional suffering. When anxiety or grief arises, instead of fleeing to distractions or denial, sit with it and ask, what do I need to understand from you? Often, pain is an uncomfortable but wise messenger. It's not here to torment you, but to show you where something needs healing, letting go, or embracing. Here's another key principle: acceptance. Not passive resignation, but a, yes, this is here now. That frees you from wasting energy on an unwinnable fight. Imagine carrying a backpack full of stones uphill. Acceptance isn't keeping them forever, but finally stopping, opening the bag and saying, so this is what I'm carrying. Only then can you choose what to release. A powerful practice for cultivating this acceptance is to write or whisper aloud, again and again. Right now, things are this way. Not as a sentence, but as a reminder that resistance adds layers of suffering to the original pain. When you stop fighting what is, you discover you already had, within you, enough space to hold it. I know you feel fragile, but remember this: even the strongest bamboo bends in the wind. That's not weakness, it's intelligence. True strength isn't rigidity, but flexibility. The ability to bend without breaking, to feel without collapsing, to keep offering shade even with wounded branches. That silence you hear only after crying and screaming. A quiet space that appears when the body is exhausted, the mind surrenders, and you finally stop wrestling with the inevitable. It's in that fragile, honest moment that we often discover something surprising. Even amid pain, there's a soft melody that never left. Inner peace is that song. It doesn't depend on life being perfect, the body obeying, or the heart ceasing to bleed. It's like moonlight. It doesn't warm like the sun, but it cuts through the darkness without fear, without haste, without needing to change anything. When medicine runs out of answers, this peace becomes your greatest ally. How do you find it? Not by chasing it desperately, but by letting it find you. Just as you can't force a bird to land in your hand, but you can stay still with an open palm, so it is with serenity. It's about creating the conditions for it to arrive on its own. One of those conditions is gratitude in small things. Not forced gratitude, I must be grateful, but the kind that comes from paying attention, the feel of cool sheets, the taste of a sweet apple, the sound of rain on the window. These moments are like islands in a turbulent sea. They don't calm the ocean, but they remind you there are places to rest. Another condition is letting go of why. Suffering often comes with unanswerable questions. Why me? What did I do to deserve this? They're valid questions, no doubt, but getting tangled in them is like digging a hole in quicksand. Instead of seeking reasons, try changing the question, what is this teaching me now? I'm not talking about cheap self-help comfort, but an invitation to find meaning even in what hurts. Pain that transforms into compassion, fear that becomes presence, fragility that teaches us to love more tenderly. And finally, there's unconditional love, starting with the love you give yourself. We often treat ourselves as if we only deserve peace when pain is gone. But true healing begins when you say, I don't have to be okay to deserve my own care. You can massage your tense hands, stroke your tired face, whisper kind words to the parts of you that hurt most. That love won't heal visible wounds, but it will mend something deeper, the loneliness of suffering. In the end, we all face storms that medicine can't dispel. But there's a beautiful mystery in this. When everything else fails, when the body falters, and the future terrifies, the essential remains untouched, like the blue sky always there, behind the blackest clouds. You don't have to believe it now. You don't have to feel at peace for that peace to exist. It's enough to, at some point today, remember to breathe. It's enough to, even for a moment, stop fighting. Right there, the soft song of your being will keep playing, and that can never be destroyed. If these words have sparked a light in you, join our Pure Zen Life community by subscribing for more heartfelt reflections and practical tools to nurture your inner peace. Share your story or thoughts in the comments. Your voice could be the encouragement someone else needs to keep going. Let's grow together, finding calm amid life's storms. Namaste.